This boy was born with hands like scissors, which made even eating a single meal almost impossible. He would often hurt his own face without realizing it. His father wanted to replace those scissors with real hands, but before he could finish, he passed away from overwork. The hands he built shattered into pieces. Edward just wanted to touch his father's face one last time, but when he did, the blades cut his skin and blood began to flow. After that, Edward lived all alone in the mansion. One day, a kind saleswoman accidentally entered his home. Edward, hiding in the shadows, slowly stepped out. He reached out his incomplete hands, hoping that maybe someone would finally help him. When the woman learned that Edward was an orphan, she decided to take him home with her. On the way, Edward looked out the car window the entire time. It was his first glimpse of the outside world. When they arrived, he was amazed by how clean and bright everything was. Following Peg's plan, he went to his new room. There, for the first time ever, he saw himself clearly in a mirror. But when he tried to touch his own face, he accidentally cut himself. Then he noticed a water tap but didn't know what it was. When he pressed it, water sprayed everywhere. So he panicked, plugged the hole with a doll, and hurried to get dressed. Peg rushed in, helped him, and gently bandaged his cuts. At dinner, Edward realized he couldn't even hold a fork properly. When he tried to pick up a pea, it slipped and fell. Peg encouraged him, so he used his scissor hands to spread butter on bread instead. The next morning, Peg gave him a little makeover, but it made him look like a mischievous devil. When Edward stepped outside, he saw someone trimming bushes and decided to imitate them, creating a giant dinosaur shape out of the leaves. Peg's husband was amazed and asked Edward to give haircuts to the whole family. Later, their son helped him clean his scissor hands. Peg's friend later hosted a garden party. Guests lined up to shake hands, but when they reached Edward, they hesitated. Soon after, Edward began roasting meat with his blades. Then, an old man approached and said, "I was hit by shrapnel during the war. I haven't been able to feel anything since." Peg handed him some ice cream. And one by one, all the women began offering Edward something to eat. That moment became Edward's very first experience of love.